that's what I'm doing with that. So another aspect of it is, how am I going to sew this? I tried hand sewing something once. It took the whole summer. I had summer school. But it took forever, but it's not impossible. Another really easy way to take a cosplay that may seem complicated or simple, make your own, and save time and money is to thrift or to take something that looks similar and cut it up to make it look like what you want it to look like. And I realized this when I was making my Gantz cosplay. And if any of you have seen Gantz, they have really awesome looking all black tight spandex suits. So I can't afford that, but that was around the time that the morph suits were coming out at Party Central. You can get body suits anywhere. You actually can make them if you like. But I pretty much bought a black leotard and a morph suit and made the buttons and made a really awesome looking Gantz cosplay that I usually wear to a bunch of conventions because I had so much fun using it. But you know, it didn't cost me a lot of money. Also, tutorials. There are tutorials for days on the internet. I made my cat ears with a tutorial that I had found on DeviantArt. Props, you can get tutorials from, reference pictures, and it doesn't need to be functional. My Gantz suit is, I don't know if you are familiar with the anime, but it snaps in certain ways. No, it just looks like it works. Like whenever I make a prop, it looks like it works. It does not function, but that's okay because it doesn't need, unless you absolutely want it to be put on as the character has it on or whatever. And it's up to you. You can do whatever you want, but I'm not gonna be trying to go out of my way to do that because I don't know how to do that yet. So you might want to go and look it up online. But it doesn't have to be functional. It just has to look as close as you want it to look to the picture. Perfectionist, 3D maneuver gear. I don't know if you watch the anime or not. You can go Google it right now. It looks like a toaster with swords on it, and it's huge. I've seen it done before when I went to Anime USA. Someone had a really awesome looking 3D maneuver gear system. But it looks like a toaster with swords in it. And it is big, and I don't know how they even run around with that. Well, leather doesn't rip, so yeah, must have like leather with wire in it. But props like that, like halos and wings and Euclid's mask, oh my gosh, it's easier to draw than to put on. So I've opted to just have one sword thing instead of doing the 3D gear, because that would be a nightmare to figure out how to put on. I would have to find a material that's strong enough, and I only think of wood, because if I do paper mache and cardboard, my friend was like, it might rot or might get wet. I mean, you can do cardboard. I'm pretty sure people do cardboard, but I would do some kind of really cheap wood. And that's 2 of those giant things. I don't have a saw. You can have it commissioned. That's fine too. Nothing wrong with having it commissioned. But on the props, you can go. You don't even need the prop. You can just make a hand gesture or a nifty pose or something with it. But props are up to you to do. I've done like a really bad gun before. Not bad as good. As bad as it looked terrible, but I had fun making it. It's funny, I never actually used it at the convention because I couldn't figure out a way to put it on my costume. I had to make a holster for it, and it's hard. I've done swords before. I've done like a flag. That's super easy. A pillowcase and a stick, which you can get from the craft store. Bam. Speaking of craft store, something I forgot to mention is, when you shop for your stuff, make sure you belong to your local craft store or fabric store or costume stores mailing list for coupons. I just bought all of my Attack on Titan things. The leather for the straps, real leather. 2 different other fabrics for the jacket and the wraparound, and then the needles and the buttons and the buckles and all that jazz. And I went in when they were having their sales, and I had coupons, and I only spent about $50 on 3 different types of 3 different types of fabrics, including real leather, not faux leather. It was very expensive leather. It was like $34 a yard, and I got half a yard, so it was like $17. But then I got it on a sale because they had sales on it and whatever. So make sure you get those coupons. I don't know if there's like a Michael's near you guys, or I don't know if Ben Franklin's still around, or AC Moore, or wherever you buy your craft stuff. Get the coupons and go during the sale time. Patterns. They can be very complicated. I have the pattern for the jacket, and I'll have another video. Maybe I'll cover it in more detail. I'm trying to see if I can. I don't want them to be like super long videos.